The United States has more than doubled the number of COVID cases in less than 1 month.
Yesterday, CDC reported more than 33,000 new cases of COVID-19. Our 7-day average is about 26,300 cases per day, and this represents an increase of nearly 70% from the prior 7-day average. The 7-day average of hospital admissions is about 2,790 per day, an increase of about 36% from the previous 7-day period. And after weeks of declines, 7-day average daily deaths have increased by 26% to 211 per day. There is a clear message that is coming through. This is becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated. We are seeing outbreaks of cases in parts of the country that have low vaccination coverage because unvaccinated people are at risk.
President Biden and his administration believe that social media companies may be part to blame.
On COVID misinformation, what's your message to platforms like Facebook?
They're killing people. I mean, look, the only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated. And they're killing people.
Facebook responded yesterday after the press briefing. They say that they've removed 18 million pieces of COVID misinformation. They've connected more than 2 billion people to reliable information. So does the White House find that sufficient?
Clearly not, because we're talking about additional steps that should be taken. They're a private sector company. They're going to make decisions about additional steps they can take. It's clear there are more that can be taken.
While President Biden is urging private tech firms to adhere to moral standards, he retracts some of his harsh statements toward Facebook.
Facebook isn't killing people. These 12 people are out there giving misinformation. Anyone listening to it is getting hurt by it. It's killing people. It's bad information. My hope is that Facebook, instead of taking it personally that somehow I'm saying Facebook is killing people, that they would do something about the misinformation, the outrageous misinformation about the vaccine.
The U.S. is on the verge of reinstating many of the early COVID restrictions and states of emergency due to the spike in those being hospitalized because of COVID, 80% of which are due to the Delta variant. From Washington, Maria Bird, Channels Television News.
And now Washington correspondent Maria Bird is with us now. Hi, Maria. I mean, in your report, we heard it called a pandemic of the unvaccinated. What is the true picture of the situation in the U.S.?
Yes, hello. Thank you for having me. The true picture is that we are seeing an astronomical spike in cases with those who are unvaccinated. But I will say that we also must remember, even those that are vaccinated are contracting COVID-19, and what is to believe is due to the Delta variant. The challenge obviously there, or I guess the benefit for those who have been double vaccinated, which means fully vaccinated, is they are 9 times out of 10 not going to have to go to the hospital. And obviously that then means that their survival rate is much greater than those who are unvaccinated. So that is what we're seeing across the United States. And it's also impacting much younger populations of individuals. And that is believed to really be where the spike in the number of COVID cases are at this time.
What is the government calling the major sources of vaccine hesitancy or misinformation in the U.S.?
Well, we know that ever since we run into a new administration, and we have a new administration, those who were anti-Biden supporters, very strong QAnon and Trump supporters, those who have never really believed in the coronavirus as a whole, have been putting out information regarding how this is a hoax and how don't believe the vaccines. How could this vaccine be something that really we can trust? It was put together so quickly. And so that type of information, especially for those who are unexperienced, right? Young people don't have a level of experience or knowledge to know how this vaccine could potentially benefit them. And as we know, that's been the greatest target audience, are our young people. And that is the group of individuals that we are seeing the lowest numbers of vaccination. And as we also have noted, there are those in the Midwest region of the country. You're seeing in the West and Eastern region, you're seeing higher numbers of vaccine rates. But in that middle part of the country, we are struggling there as well.
Is there a crackdown on some of the social media platforms like Facebook? And what are the experts saying about this, especially moving forward, to ensure that all the response on COVID-19 in the US isn't lost?
There has been some crackdown. We've obviously not seen any type of sanctions put forth against some of these social media networks, which I believe that could potentially, obviously, at some point, if they don't see where we're seeing a decrease in the number of misinformation being spewed through these ways of communication. And so at this time, I think it's more of a government taking a hard stand and trying to convince these social media companies to focus in on the moral standards that they should uphold and to play a larger role in being able to support the United States and the government and getting more individuals vaccinated to try to really curb the spread of the virus. And so that we don't see in the coming months, September and October, an extreme level of a heightened number and a spike in hospitalizations, which ultimately, unfortunately, has led to many deaths.
All right, Maria, thanks very much and do stay safe.
Thank you for having me.